This is the 7th video of the Forged Fiction series. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, check out the Forged Fiction playlist on our channel. You can click on the link in the description or click the annotation on the screen. But I think we can jump right into Colossians. When it comes to determining forgeries from authentic books, there are many ways we can do it. In the case of 2 Thessalonians, we primarily used their theologies and how the writer tried to pass it off as their own. We can also use writing style, which is the primary method we can use for Colossians. The best way to do it is to compare this letter to the letters of similar length. We can then compare Colossians to Galatians, Philippians, and 1 Thessalonians. We can examine conjunctions, infinitives, participles, and much more. Let's begin with conjunctions. How often does a book of Paul contain adversative conjunctions? Galatians, 84. Philippians, 52. 1 Thessalonians, 29. But Colossians only 9. What about casual conjunctions? Galatians, 45. Philippians, 20. 1 Thessalonians, 31. But Colossians only 9. What about consecutive conjunctions? Galatians, 16. Philippians, 10. 1 Thessalonians, 12. But Colossians only 6. The same method can be used with relative clauses. In Romans, they make up 1.4% of all the words in the book. 1 Corinthians, 0.9%. 2 Corinthians, 1%. Galatians, 1.5%. Philippians, 1.5%. 1 Thessalonians, 0.3%. Philemon, 1.4%. But Colossians, 2.6%. If we survey many of the other issues in writing style in Colossians, for example, long complex sentences, the sequences of similar sounding words, etc., we can easily come to the conclusion that Paul is not the author. Arguments based on style are strongly supported by considerations of content. In several striking and significant ways, the teaching of Colossians differs from the undisputed letters. Most commonly noted is the eschatological view. In 1:13, the author insists that God already has delivered us from the authority of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son. Already? In aorist tense? Is this Paul? More striking still is 2:12-13 and 3:1, which insists that believers already have experienced a kind of spiritual resurrection after having died with Christ. You were also raised in him through faith. God made you alive with him. If then you have been raised up with Christ. Statements in clear tension with Paul's emphatic statements elsewhere, such as Romans 6:1-6, where it is quite clear, whereas those who have been baptized have died with Christ, they decidedly have not been raised up with him yet. This is an important point in Paul's theology, not a subsidiary matter. In the end, though, it's very clear that Paul did not write this letter. But of course, the Bible is filled with forgeries and false attributions. But still, it must be the inerrant, the infallible Word of God. For further reading, check out On the Historicity of Jesus by Richard Carrier, David Fitzgerald's Nailed, and Bart Ehrman's Forged. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and if you like the content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Be sure to share if you learned something, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's just as you assuming it's nothing but these humans would like to blame mythology for everything they're doing. They pray for non-existent gods to clean up the mess, but never take responsibility, just claim it's a test. See, that religion you've been given is shit and it's all poison. And it's partially the reason we bleed and it's all poison. Your worldview is poison, your outlook is poison. You can deny it all you want, but the truth is it's all poison.